Hey friends, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. It is Tuesday morning, 7:30. I still have coffee. It is ice cold. It's very cold outside. We had plans today to leave the house. That's not going to happen. I don't want to go back out in the cold. I was out in the cold for a bit yesterday and I don't like it. So I think we're going to move that until later in the week. I don't know what this video is all gonna have in it because I don't have anything planned, and I haven't been crocheting a lot. I guess the big news is I finally posted my tester call on Instagram. Here's Tiny the Titan. Obviously can't call him the other thing, so here he is. I think he turned out awesome. Like, I love him. This is Sweet Snuggles Light and a 6mm hook. I think it's a 6mm hook, but I'm really happy with him. And then his spike is also Sweet Snuggles Light. This gray is so soft. This was a good skein. I didn't have a lot of trouble sewing with him as I pick fuzz off of the spot where I sewed him. Didn't have a lot of trouble sewing with this. This was a good skein. I checked the dates when I got it. I had to order it. But I made him to where he will stand up. At least this version. I put his tail down long enough. I did make a burnout blanket one, which he's right there, who needs a little help standing. I didn't put his tail as far down. So right now the Sweet Snuggles Light one is on my desk hanging out. But anyway, on Sunday I posted the tester call and I was so nervous to do it, but the pattern is it's almost finished. The only thing I have left to do is on for the spikes. I have to actually figure out how I want to format it, because of the way it's written. It's like a pattern, but you know, everybody's tension is different, and this one turned, you know, obviously was a little smaller than the burnout one, so there might be more spikes on this one's head as opposed to another one. Anyway, I need to figure out how I want to write that out. I have it like how my brain knows it, if that makes any sense, in the pattern now. So I have to try to figure out a decent way of writing it. I don't remember if I said the tester call was going to be closed on Wednesday or Thursday. If it's Wednesday, then that's tomorrow. I think this is crooked. There we go. Whatever. I can't remember. That's something that I need to do. I've got a lot kind of swimming around in my head today, and I need to dig my planner out and actually like write it down and get organized, because I mean, it's November. It is almost the middle of November. We've got holidays coming up, and I'm going to have to go through this cute little basket here of all my receipts and start doing tax stuff. I keep saying that I'm going to go ahead and do it, and I have yet to do it. That's not true. I have like January, which is when I started my business. I have January to March, I think, already input. So we just have to do the rest of the year. But I also need to like go through and get all of my like Etsy purchases, like all my patterns and the stuff that I've bought on Amazon, my yarn orders. I have to do all that. Maybe next week we'll do like a, you know, small business diaries type of thing. So anyway, today, Tuesday, I need to work on figuring out how I want to write his spikes out. And then that Voodoo doll that I sold was very popular in my shop, so I'm going to work on another one. And I think I might make this one like a made-to-order kind of thing. I've got his arms made. I did that yesterday, and then I think at some point today, I want to try to finish his legs and his body, and then maybe tomorrow even I can do all the embroidery. Okay, so since I have the Voodoo doll to work on, and this is the Walter the Voodoo doll free pattern on Instagram from Chrissy Spooky Crochet. I love this pattern. He's so cute. I had a lot of people favorite the one that I had in my shop, and then because I only had one, and then it sold. So I want to make another one, photograph it, and list it. Although now that I'm saying that out loud, I do have a picture of it, because I'm using a different yarn than I did in the other one. I'm using the almond from Bernat, and the one I just sold, he was a tad bit bigger. I think I used an 8mm and the Cozy Occasion in the hummus, so it's a little more brown. But this guy is like, you know, a light sand color. I like this one better. I don't know. I liked the hummus color too. I just don't like that yarn. So I'm gonna do another one. Otis is supervising this morning, so I should be able to get a lot of really good work done with him in my lap. But I have a picture of the other one that I made, because this one will be the third in this color. I sold the other two. I could put that picture up and go ahead and have it. I might do that. And then just like make the embroidery and everything to match the photo. I might do that. I'll have to think about that. But I haven't crocheted anything other than my Titan. Like for a while. There just haven't, I just don't have anything really. I mean, I've got a couple of things that I need to work on. I need to do a custom tiny, and I need to work on a long-haired dachshund that I've needed to work on for a long time. So eventually I will get started on those. I have the yarn for the dachshund. I do not have yarn for the custom tiny. We are going out later in the week to get that. I'm thinking of doing demi pearl because I love that yarn so much, but I'm not sure yet, because it needs to be green, and green blanket yarn is like as hard to find as brown, so that's fun. But anyway, I haven't really been crocheting. I've been working on my pattern, focusing on that, and yeah, so I'm kind of easing back into it. I decided I'm not going to do like a Christmas plushie drop. There were quite a few things that I wanted to make, but I'm not going to do it. I don't feel like it. Christmas plushies don't get me as jazzed as like Halloween plushies, and I'm sure that they will sell a lot better than my other ones, because my other ones did not. But I'm not going to make anything that is not exciting to me, so we might not be doing any Christmas plushies this year. I'm not sure. As of right this minute, I just don't care. But anyway, I think I'm gonna get to work on the Voodoo doll and watch a vlog. I don't know that I'm in a rut. I just feel like I have a lot of other things on my mind right now. I don't know what, but I don't know. I'm gonna work on this for a little bit, and then I think I'll make his legs. My kids should be waking up here soon, and then we have school, which is gonna be a struggle like always. But anyway, let's get started on these legs, shall we? son should be waking up at any moment now. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop, I guess. The next part of the Voodoo doll will be to make the head and the body, which is one piece. The original pattern, you sew the legs and the arms on, but I will go ahead and close them, and I will just crochet them in. So I really don't want to sew them in. I've done it both ways, and I like it both ways. So that is where we are now. I am probably going to have to go make some pancakes here soon, which I'm totally fine with. That sounds really good this morning. And then we will get started with school. I need to clean the house today. And then after school, usually around 3 o'clock or so, I will attempt to finish the head and the body. That sometimes can take a while. It seems like the very first one I made took a really long time, but I've made several since then, so I think maybe my speed has increased. I'm not sure. But like I said, it's Tuesday and my videos go live on Wednesday, so didn't really have a whole lot going on this week, so but we're gonna finish the Voodoo doll. We will work on that one part of the pattern, and then I like I said, I don't remember if it was tomorrow or Thursday when I choose testers, but that'll be later on. That'll be in next week's video. And maybe I'll talk about like how I wrote that pattern and everything that I did, because I've been working on it since March. But anyway, I still have some, I should just pour this over ice at this point. While I was making that second leg, I got very tired for some reason. So I think now I am going to switch gears into mom and school mode. And I will check back in later when it's time to get back into crochet mode, which is my favorite time of the day. So I will see you then. Hey, happy Wednesday. It is after 4 on Wednesday afternoon. Yeah, so anyway, I don't even know what I want to talk about. I am almost finished with the Voodoo doll. There's B. Big help. B for big help. Oh, good grief. So I'm almost finished with the Voodoo doll. I had to frog it because I had originally sewn the legs in. I'm sorry, crocheted the legs in at the round where you're supposed to sew them. And they were like way up here. It looked bad. And I had crocheted them too far apart. So I frogged quite a bit of it and just sewed them on where when he sits down, he looks so cute. And then I did the heart, a little bit of the stitching, did the face. This time I did an X on the eye instead of another button. I think for this guy, I'm just gonna do maybe another ring around. I did that on the last one, I think, but I don't know. I miss personal space, but anyway. So, and now we're gonna move the camera. B, okay. Taking any minute that I can, and she had to come in here right at that minute. Anyway, okay, so that is almost finished. Should have that ready. I'll probably finish it tomorrow. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight. Husband is working late. We are We are having one of the neighbors over for pizza tonight, so that should be fun. Oh my God. Okay. And then, like I said, my husband's going to be working late, so I could finish it. I don't know. And then tomorrow is Thursday. After school, we are going to hit up Michael's. And I'm very excited because I need to start working on my other tiny that I'm going to do. There he is. Tomorrow is Thursday. And you know what? This is very funny. I've got the footage that I recorded the other day or yesterday up, and I'm doing this, and now I'm sitting here and I'm like, it's just very weird. So anyway, my tester call ends tomorrow. And the other day I had like 9 people apply, and I said that I was looking for like 6 to 8 testers. And I'm like, you know what? If I have like 8 or 10 people, or like 9 or 10 people apply, I'll just pick them all. You know, the more the merrier in this. But yesterday morning when I looked, I had like 15. So now I'm gonna have to like not pick people. And that's like, that makes me feel terrible. I am not cut out for this. But I have an idea of making another version of him. So maybe, you know, maybe they'll want to do that instead. Who knows? The other one that I'm thinking of is a low sew, which I know a lot of people like that better. So anyway, I don't know that I'm going to be able to film anything else. I'm not sure. I really want to get some different lighting for in here so we could do some like after hours, which is a fun idea, but realistically, I'm never in here at night. So I don't know if I would actually, if that would be worth it, but I want neon lights in here. I'm 15 years old. I'm sorry. I'm a 15-year-old, 46-year-old. So anyway, so if we can't come back later, I'm going to go ahead and just, you know, thank you for watching. I know the last 2 weeks have been kind of Dullsville. I think next week I'm actually going to talk more about how Tiny came to be and how I am getting him out into the world. Because this time next week, like, my first pattern will be in the hands of other people who don't know my brain, and it's very nerve-wracking for me. So maybe we'll talk about that as a newbie crochet pattern designer, that whole process, and how terrifying it is to give your little brain baby to someone else and have them possibly say, what are you doing? This makes 0 sense. But hopefully that won't happen. But anyway, I have to go prepare for a pizza party. That's not actually going to be a party. But anyway, thanks again. Like I said, thank you for hanging out. I know the last couple of weeks have been boring, but I've been doing a lot of stuff behind the scenes to get this pattern out. And yeah, I think like maybe the next couple of weeks we'll just do how to write a crochet pattern and how to release a crochet pattern, because I have no idea how to do a digital item on Etsy. So let's learn together, shall we? So thank you again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love doing this, and even though I don't have a lot of subscribers in it, who knows if I'll ever be able to be monetized, which is the goal. But I love doing this. I love crocheting. I love talking about it. At the end of the month, we are going to do my 1-year anniversary vlog. So stick around for that. But thank you for supporting my channel and being here through all of my ramblings. If you're into crocheting, stick around because I've got lots of fun stuff planned coming up at some point in our lives. So like, comment, and subscribe. And until next week, happy crocheting!